Hello, and welcome back to the podcast Catch It, A New Perception. Happy Mother's Day to all of you who are mothers, all of you that have been mother figures for people, and not just to my daughters or my wife or to my mother. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. And I hope that you enjoy the day. I hope you enjoy Mother's Day, whatever that means to you. And especially those of you who are mother figures, who have helped mother us in this lifetime. Many of us need different father figures and mother figures in our lives, even for a moment, for a given day, for a conversation, whatever it might be. So thank you all that have impacted our lives in a way that we desperately needed at that moment. Happy Mother's Day. Thinking about how we may be doing some things in the future and some of the topics I'd like to be able to talk about. And I say that because I'd like to be able to always do this with a good heart and know that my intention is that people can appreciate this, people can get something out of it, that people are offered hope. And I say that because I wonder about a couple of things that I'd like to talk about and how I might go forward with them. And one of them is helping people understand that this doesn't last. Whatever this is, whether it's depression, whether it is a mental health break in general, whatever it is, it doesn't last. We have ways to be able to face it, cope with it, deal with it. I understand sometimes that has to do with medication and other things when it comes to mental health. Also, when it comes to our prosperity, it doesn't always last. I'm not talking about financial prosperity. I'm talking about our prosperity emotionally. It doesn't always last. So we need to do something to recreate it each day. I wouldn't mind touching base about the idea that it doesn't last, that we need to appreciate the moment. And another topic that I would like to be able to talk about a little bit is the world better with you in it? How is the world better with you in it? And when I make that first part of that statement, I think about the idea that sometimes people are very selfish. Oh no, it's not just about me, it's about my kids and my. If it's about it's still being selfish. My wife, my children, my grandchildren, my mother, my siblings, I'm still being selfish because it's all about me. Obviously, it starts with my. How about, is the world better off because I'm in it? Because I'm willing to give to the people that I don't know? Whether that's time, whether that's money, what's that generosity look like? Is the world better off with me in it? I get it. We all need to have an understanding that the world is better off with us in it. That's part of taking care of ourselves. What does that mean? And how big can that get? And how important is it? Is it important to you? I wouldn't mind touching base about subjects like that. This week I think about something a little different. How thoughts come, how judgments come. And I can't really stop the first thought. And I say that because it may be a judgmental thought. It could be a judgment thought about myself. It could be a judgment thought about someone else. When I'm being judged by other people, I have a tendency to judge them at that point, which is really interesting because I have the disdain that they're judging me, and then I judge them for judging me. How do I lose that judgment? No matter whether you judge me or not, whether you're condemning me or not, that has nothing to do with the fact that I do not need to condemn you in any fashion. No judgment. And I say that because I believe it's something that I can do. And I think about how this is accomplished. How do I sit with it and not react poorly? Maybe not react at all. How do I act when I feel like I'm being judged? And this is where some of my biggest judgments come, is when I feel like I'm being judged. Other than that, I can really move through life without a lot of judgments. But I realized, and I talked to an elder about this recently, and I really liked his response, because he gives it right back to me. And he said, when I'm being judgmental, I realized, I don't know the exact terminology he used, but he said basically something along the lines of, it has to do with the defects of my character when I'm judging someone else. So I have to look internally. What is it that I don't like about me that I see in them? Judgment, okay, yes, that's one of them. What else is it? Arrogance, grandiosity. I see it in someone else, and I know that it's been in me at times, and I don't like it. I don't like the pomp, the arrogance, the egotism. That egoism is just a little hard for me to take today. Maybe because I've been so full of it at times in my life. I don't know. And then to find the balance, to realize that you're good at something without a lot of ego in it. And I think about the work that I do for a job, a 40-hour-a-week job, working in the entertainment business. And the way that I've learned to balance this out is to realize that I could probably keep up with most people in my industry. I'm as good as whatever person is in front of me. And I don't necessarily think I'm better than. I say don't necessarily think. There's certain aspects where I think I'm definitely as good as maybe the very best that do it. I hope that's not arrogant when I say that, because I don't mean to be. I've been doing this for a long time, what most people would consider a long time. I have 35 plus years in this industry, in the entertainment industry, frontline employee. And so I believe that I have some talent to the craft. How do I do that without egotism when I don't like the ego that I see in other people? How can I say that I'm good at what I do because I don't want to put myself down and I want to hold myself up? It's about this balance, I believe. And I crave balance more than anything in my life. I look for balance. And we could go to all kinds of different ideas, whether it has to do with politically, spiritually, physically, emotionally. I want balance in my life, in all aspects of my life. If I get really grandiose about things, I can't have it. I don't have it. I've lost it. If I'm judging others, I've lost it. I've lost the balance in life. When I realize that I'm just like you, then I have balance in my life. To realize that I'm broken or flawed, I have been broken, I am a flawed human being. And sometimes I am broken, and that's okay. Whether it has to do with mental health and not being in the perfect place, I don't know that there is a perfect place for me. I know that I need to be able to strive for certain things. I have some friends that talk about the idea of spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. And then they turn it into the idea of progress rather than perfection. And that's what I want in my life. I want progress. I want to know I'm doing better than what I did in the past. I want to know I'm showing up better for people. I want to know I'm less judgmental. How do I do that? What's my first thought after realizing how judgmental that thought was? Is it a kind thought? Do I have a good heart? Do I continue to look down on them and jump on that and become more judgmental? What is it that I'm doing that can accomplish something to be able to carry a good heart through life and realize I don't need to be judgmental? What action can I take? Could I be kind in that moment when somebody's being judgmental towards me without any type of judgment towards them? Can I just say thank you and move through it? Maybe thank you for the awareness, realizing that I have things to change. I have many things to change. It's the greatest thing about doing this podcast at times is I look at how I can be different, how I can show up what I think is better for others. Do I have ego in my life? I do. Am I critical of others through that? I hope not. Am I critical of myself about that? I am at times. I know I can't stop that first judgment or that first thought of judgment. It's what I do with that next thought that really matters. It's that next action. That's everything in the world. When I'm on the phone and I feel like someone's judging me, and if you're judging my children or you're judging the people who I love the most that are around me, you're judging me. I take offense to it. Maybe more so. Because I think that my children only have half of a life experience comparatively to what I have. So you judge me, it may be easier for me to move right through it. You judge my children, I have a harder time moving through it. Just where I'm at. And that's okay. What's my next thought or action that I'm going to take? As one elder says, out loud, I just say, bless them. I like that idea. You know, what can I do for them? Do I do it with a good heart? Am I doing it to get back at them? Am I snapping at them? What is it that I can do to change that very next thought? I may never be able to change that judgmental thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm less judgmental than I've ever been. Maybe I'm more kind than I've ever been. Maybe I have less grandiosity than ever before. And I know I want to be seen. How do I balance that? Maybe show up with a good heart so that I'm seen with a good heart. Maybe learn to understand that everything that I do is about being able to get connected to you, to the Creator, and become one with the people that I walk the earth with. I know I have much to learn. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shao, okay?